it's Jordan, your local RV girl, coming to you from Nickelville campus. And today, we are taking a full walkthrough on a trailer that shocked me when I first stepped in. This thing is gorgeous, seriously. If trailers can walk a runway, this one, it would get a 5-star strut. This is my available 2025 East to West Alta 2600 KRB. And listen, I'm gonna be real with you right now. We need this trailer gone from our lot like yesterday. So if this beauty even remotely fits what you're looking for, stick around. This could be your trailer. This thing is bright, it's modern, it's roomy, and you're gonna see why, because East to West nailed it here. Grab your drink, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss anything. Now buckle up and let's go see why this trailer might be your next home on wheels. Now, before we do absolutely anything, let's hit the big specs so you know what you're working with. Overall exterior length, you're looking at 30 feet and 5 inches. Your exterior width, 8 feet. Your exterior height, you're looking at around 11 feet and 2 inches. Now we're going to talk about the big numbers. The dry weight, you're looking at 6,161 pounds. Your hitch weight, that's around 660 pounds. Now that cargo capacity, you're looking around 3,299, which honestly, that's a lot of camping gear. All right, now that your brain has all those numbers, let's walk this girl. Now I'm telling you, some trailers, they just look like boxes. This one, it looks like it's on its way to the spa. Up at the front, that's where you're gonna find your power tongue jack, because we don't do cranking by hand anymore. Dual 20-pounder propane tanks, nice and covered, and right behind there, that's where you're gonna find your battery and box, which is included. Chains, breakaway cables. It's all clean, well laid out, and easy access. It's truly one of the cleaner, more premium looking front end of a trailer. Now let's move around and go to the side. See what's over there. What makes the Alta really solid, it's what's underneath and behind the walls. East to West did not cut any corners. Now, before we get into it, let's talk about construction.
It's built on a 6-sided double-weld aluminum cage frame, not just wood. That means strength, durability, and better resistance to rot or water damage. Goodyear tires, yes, you get those, and double axle. East to West, always make sure you are always safe traveling. The sidewalls are laminated. They have an Asdale composite panels on both inside and outside with block foam insulation sandwiched in between, so you get strength plus insulation. And underneath, there's a heated and enclosed underbelly, which means better protection for plumbing and tanks in colder weather. The underbelly being enclosed and heated is a big deal, especially if you plan to camp in colder temps or want to avoid frozen lines. The baggage pass-through doors use slam latches, so they're secure and long-lasting.
Bottom line, this Alta is not only built to look good, but built to last. So basically all the important main controls, that's where you're gonna find in here. Now look at all that room. Camping chairs, yup. Outdoor rug, yup. Fishing rods, tools, folding table, inflatable unicorn pool toy, it'll fit. And notice finished walls, clean framing, LED lighting. Starting at the bottom, we have our city water connection. Right beside that, that's where you're going to find your freshwater connection, and that there is 52 gallons. We have our hot and our cold for our outside shower. You do get this little spray hose. Above that, that's where you're going to find your battery disconnect. You have cable satellite. You have your inverter outlet here, and you also have that light switch to control those LED strips at the front. Right beside that, that's where you're going to find your solar charge controller for your 2 solar panels up there, so they're both 200, and you get 400 all together. And check this out, right underneath that you have a button to control that slide out. So you're gonna notice right above, that's where your inverter is. One thing I will mention, because I feel like not a lot of people tell you, but right behind this wall, that's where you're going to access to be able to winterize and de-winterize. Now, let's carry on. We have your freshwater drain right below to empty that tank. And check this out. I have power stabilizer jacks. So there's 2 buttons here. You're going to be able to control the front ones. And then we have 2 more buttons at the back where you're going to be able to control the rear. Okay, so right underneath here, this is where you're going to find your black and your gray tank. Your gray tank is going to be 60 gallons and your black tank, that's going to be 30. Oh, you're going to remember from one of my past videos, I love this feature. I absolutely love when they're able to put the windows in the slide out. Now, let's carry on and get to the back. Coming around to the back, yes, I'm doing a full walk around because that's where people skip and I am not letting you skip. Okay, now let's get to it. I will say I did make a mistake. Right up at the front, that wasn't your black tank, that's your galley tank. So usually most of the time that's for your kitchen. And then this back here is where you're going to find your black and your gray tank. We do have a little light here just in case you're dumping at night so you can see. We have our rear power stabilizer jacks right here. So like I was saying, 2 in the front and 2 controls in the back. We have our 50 amp power connection. Wrapping around to the rear, check this out. You really don't see this very often, but check it out. Alta is equipped with the ladders. It does come with it. You have your spare tire here. And then right over here, this is where you're going to find your black tank flush. It's located at the back. You're going to find your hot water on demand, which is tankless. And we do have another spray port here. So that little spray hose that I showed you up at the front, you can connect it back here. Let's say you're maybe cooking some fish or somebody's just not helping you out when you're prepping for dinner. Give them a little squirt. I'm sure they'll get up real fast after that. We are prepped for a backup camera in case you do want to add it. All right, everyone, let's check out the best part of any trailer, the campsite side, aka your outdoor living, your patio, your hangout zone, and your I'm finally on vacation mode. Right off the bat, look at this monster. 21-foot power awning. 21 feet. That's basically a whole backyard worth of shade. Tap a button, boom, shade. Tap another button, instant sun. The 2600 KRB really wins. Right here is your ready to go outdoor griddle setup. You're fully prepared. You have your LP Connect right below. This is your griddle where you're able to hide it away in your front storage compartment. When you're done, this just flips around and hangs out in the back. Right behind me, we have our 3-step solid entry steps with our nice grab handle to get inside. We have our leash latch and our bottle opener right beside your stairs. Right here, this is where you're going to find your outdoor fridge. Super nice for any of those cold pops. You don't have to trek all the dirt and sand inside to your kitchen. We have 2 exterior Bluetooth speakers. We have our power input for any power devices, and you have a TV input right above that. Coming right over to the front, this is where you're going to find pathway through storage. Come on, let's check this out. Right below, you're also going to find a sensor light. As well beside that, you're able to control your power awning from out here. Below, you're going to find an inverter outlet as well. And here's your connection for your LP Connect. Bright, clean, modern. The decor is fresh. The lighting is absolutely amazing. This open layout feels way bigger than it actually is. Legit feels like you're walking into a stylish tiny home. Now, before you come inside, I'm going to point out a few things. We have an interior height of 81 inches high. So if you're super tall, if you're not feeling cramped in here, right in front of me, I have a massive closet. We can use this as, of course, some linen or your jackets, of course, because they have that hanging rack. You, of course, can use this as a pantry as well. It is very deep and you have so much space. We did add a sensor light, so you're not opening the door and it's completely dark. Now, right beside that, you're going to find your control pad. You're going to find the button to bring your slide out in and out, your awning to retract that and bring it in. You have your accent lights, your awning lights, your interior lights, and of course, your water pump. And then above that, you're going to find how full your battery is, your fresh water, black, gray. Now, come on, let's get this party started. Let's start in the kitchen first, because obviously, priorities. Right behind me, we have a residential-inspired 12-volt refrigerator with our freezer at the bottom. And honestly, this one is awesome. Let's say you're relaxing and watching a movie and you need a drink. well, come on and grab one from this side. But let's say you're cooking and you need something right away. Well, you can then open it from this side. Ever cool. Right below, like I said, this is where your freezer is. And if you come have a look at it, honestly, you have tons of space in there. You'd be definitely set for a 2-week or 1-week camping trip with your family. Now, check out all the counter space over here. And check this out, they've also added an extra little countertop that you can place up when you're prepping for food. You've got your deep stainless steel sink, high-rise faucet. You can actually wash dishes in here without playing Tetris. They've also added a little dish rack while you're washing dishes, and they've also added a small cutting board. Right in the corner, we do have a cup rinser. That feature I absolutely love. We have an inverter outlet on both sides. So if you have a coffee machine you need to plug in or whatever else, we have our 15K AC right above here. That's going to be our thermostat to control the heat and the AC. Check out this nice big window. We were able to see that from the outside. And right here, we have our 3-burner cooktop. Right underneath that, we're going to have our oven. And honestly, big enough that you can fit a pan for cookies or maybe muffins. You're going to notice that you have your microwave right above that. And check this out. Have a knife rack right behind your cooktop stove. I love that feature. Let's say you have a little bit of grandchildren. They're not going to be able to reach that. Right above, check out this overhead storage I have. And honestly, it goes all the way back into the corner. You have this one here, and they've made it like 2 shelving areas. So you can put a lot more in there. We do have storage underneath the sink, and honestly, that is fairly deep. And not just 1 or 2 drawers for cutlery, but we have 4. And check out that accent lighting right underneath the kitchen. That just makes it really nice, relaxing when you're chilling and watching a movie. We do have another storage area right below your fridge, maybe for some pots and pans. Now coming right over beside your fridge, you are going to be equipped with a fireplace that will only run on electricity when you're plugged in. We have a Furrion speaker right above that. You're going to have Bluetooth radio, FM and AM, and you have the interior speakers inside as well as outside. You have a nice little shelving area right above. I really like that. Just some spaces for remotes, and or if you want to keep anything hidden or all your remotes so you don't lose them, you do have a place up here. And then, of course, we do have our smart TV. I love this. When you're camping and it's a rainy day or you just don't want to go outside, at least you can turn on some Netflix and hang out. Right behind on the opposite side, that's where you're going to have your plugins for your TV. You have an inverter outlet here. Now that we've covered this side, let's have a look at what's in that slide. Now, honestly, with having this slide, you have so much space. And of course, you have 2 options where you want to sit. You have your 4-person dinette. And honestly, I got to show you something over there. But check out this hide-a-bed sofa. It's a very comfy sofa, but you do have an option to convert it into a sofa bed. And honestly, it's one of the easiest ones. Let's check that out. Not only is it a comfy sofa, but wow, is it ever a comfy bed if you need to nap or you have an extra guest over too. Most of the time, I usually do tell you to go get like a pad or a foam to put over top, but honestly, there's no holes in this bed, and if I forgot, I would be okay to sleep. I love how you have the fireplace nice and warm, and I love it. It does change colors too. I forgot to add, and of course the temperature, but this is a perfect place. You want to just hang out, watch some movies. I love it. Of course, I didn't add, but you can still walk around and get to the bathroom where you are. So now before we hop over to the dinette, we have an power outlet below here with a USB and a USB-C to charge any power devices. And honestly, check out these big windows. Not only that massive window in the dinette, but I do have one right here. And my favorite part is these blinds. So they are fully blackout blinds. They're not the accordion shade. And then when you want to lift them up, I'm loving those 2 windows in the slide. Gives a lot more extra lighting in here. And of course, if it's a hot day, you can open those windows and you can get a cross breeze through here. Now, let's go have a look over at our dinette. 4-person dinette, but I have my measuring tape because honestly, this is a very big dinette. Typically, these dinettes are a little bit smaller. In most trailers, you're probably about this size here. So for that extra, I believe you're about, so 4 feet, a 4-foot table with your bench. Honestly, this is very large. Most of the time you would be comfortable with 2 people, but if it was 2 adults and maybe a small child, I would be a-okay. If it's 2 people, the board games you can play, chef kiss. You could definitely spend a couple hours. I'm loving this upholstery. Once again, it's kind of like a leather material, so super easy to clean and super durable. Once again, this very big window I absolutely love with that blackout shade. When you pull it, it just rolls back up. So I really love that idea, and especially if bright early morning and someone wants to sleep in, I love these shades. Now, let's do what we always do, make this into a bed and see how much space there is. But before I start, check out this light fixture they added. It's not just like one of those regular LED lighting, but it actually feels kind of more homey. We also do have storage underneath the benches, and I will say most of the time you would lift up your benches and be able to go under there. The fact that it's a little drawer down here and you're able to pull it out, I find that so much more convenient. This dinette 4 feet, honestly, I would say you would be able to comfortably sleep 2 people here. If there was me and another friend, honestly, if I had to sleep, I would be okay. I have lots of room. All right, now that I got this table back together, I forgot to show you my absolute favorite feature on these Altas. Check this out. As you know, or have gathered, I have a dog and I'm an animal lover. So this feature absolutely blew my mind. I have a dog dish below here. So our little friends, they have a place, and honestly, East to West did not leave them out. Okay, now that we've covered this area, let's go see what's behind this door. First of all, I'm going to point out that it has an actual pocket door. So I love this feature. If you actually have guests, at least it gives and makes you feel like you have a little bit more privacy while sleeping. Okay, now we're in your bedroom. First off, I'm on a king size bed. No queen, ditch that queen. We got a king in here. I love this. We have some light switches above for anyone who loves to read at night or you just can't fall asleep. Check out all this storage. This is probably one of my favorite bedrooms. Optimize every single inch in this main bedroom. We have a half a wardrobe on each side, and honestly, it is very deep. You have lots of room. You do have a rack above so you can hang up any clothes. Check this out. 2 little drawers below. That's an amazing feature. I love how they added that. They honestly go very deep, and I didn't point out, but they are all made out of plywood. On both sides, you do have an inverter outlet on that side, so whoever has that seat pack machine, you're going to have to sleep over there. This one does have a power outlet, but it's not the inverter. You do have a USB, a USB-C, and ever cool. Check this out. They even added this on this side. Check out this overhead storage. Wow. I love that feature. Did you see that? So most of the time, they never think about this, but you're opening the overhead storage and like it just comes back down and slams on your arm. You can't be in there for a good minute trying to look for whatever you're looking for. I'll try again. It has a strut on it, so it actually stays up and it's not going to go down. Honestly, you have lots of room back there. Super deep. You probably know I love when they put the doors on it. So when you are traveling, nothing's coming down. You're going to see, I don't know if you can see, but you do have a little cubby area right back here on both sides. So maybe a glass of water, your phones, or anything like that. The storage underneath the bed. Again, it does it by itself. So when you're down here, you're not going to get trapped. Now check out this space. I can probably put 2 or 3 bins down here and be a little bit more organized. But not only that, they have these drawers. I love this storage. It's really max storage. They did a really good job. Maybe put your socks here as there's a little bit of lip and it's a little bit of deep. But not only one, but you do have 2 drawers down here. Amazing. Now there's one more place we gotta go, and that's the bathroom. Let's check it out. This is probably one of the biggest bathrooms I've ever seen. It is at the rear of the trailer, so I really like if you're outside, you need to go to the washroom, the door is right there. We do have another pocket door here, so that's a nice feature when it comes to the bathroom. Definitely privacy. So much space. Like, I can definitely get dressed in here. I would be more than okay. We have a shower on this side, a lot of counter space. I love this. So much counter space here. I love the backsplash and the counter, the marble that they did. I'm loving that. You have a GFC protected outlet here for hair dryers or anything like that. We do have a large enough sink to wash your hands or brush your teeth. And check this out. Double mirror. And wow, that is a big medicine cabinet. I don't know. You have so much room here. You can definitely put like maybe your toilet paper, any medicine, all that kind of fun things. I love that they didn't cheap out. You don't get just one mirror, you get two. We have our light switch on here right in front of me. That's where my hot water on demand is. Of course, I do have some more storage underneath the sink, and really, that is really deep. They did add a shelf, so you have two areas. And of course, you do have some storage right below here. I just noticed they have another power outlet right above here. That's really cool. Maybe you even have like a night light or something. You can put that there. Now, when I turn around, window in the bathroom, you really don't come across that much. Of course, we did see that from the exterior. We have a porcelain toilet. East to West is really big with adding the porcelain toilets. Even on the Delaterra, we did one a couple weeks ago, the 200 RD. That's one step below, and it also had a porcelain toilet. Right in front of me, I don't have long. I cannot reach that. Let me try again. No. I can't. If you're tall and you have really long arms, you can definitely reach. I don't know what's going back there, but oh, towels. That is a great place for towels. Not only do you have two, but you do have a very large one. My measuring tape. Okay, so now that I have my measuring tape, 31 inches long. That's crazy. Of course, it's not that wide, but like for towels, you can stack that up. But I will have to say, this bottom one, that one's definitely way taller than the two at the top. We're just going to measure that quickly. 27 inches. So that's really tall. This storage in this entire trailer is absolutely chef kiss. I'm going to do a little bit of a turn. We're going to check out this shower area. Okay, now that we're doing a flip, first thing is I'm loving that. I'm not a huge fan of the shower curtains. Of course, I will do it. But this roller, I'm loving. And of course, the water's just going to drip right off that. It's not going to go through this. If you are wondering, we have a lot of height room. I have a vent fan right above there, but I do have a skylight here. Okay, that's a cool feature. Most of the time, you can't see through them. This one, you can see the clouds above. So if you're taking a shower at night, maybe you want to star watch, you can do that through there. That's a really cool feature. We have a full surround in the shower. We have a little shelf on this side with a little shelf on this side. A nice detachable shower head. I'm loving the black. The black looks really good. It's just a nice accent color. And before we say goodbyes, of course, I like to do this on a bigger trailer. You are at the rear. I am at the front. Take it all in. This is your Alta 2600 KRV. Well, folks, this is take number 2 of you being in the front in the bedroom and me being in the rear. Take this all in. Because if you've made it this far in the video, you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. Dang, this is a really nice trailer. And you're right. It is. And we need this thing gone. So if this looks even close to what you're searching for, come and see me here at Nickelville Camping. The sooner, the better, because deals look very interesting when we need to clear things off our lot. Thanks for watching. I'm Jordan from Nickelville Camping. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment below what was your top 3 favorite features on this Alta. As always, happy camping, safe travels. We'll see you at the next video, and your next adventure starts right here.